Ancient Rome's sewers exploded without warning, killing workers instantly and tearing apart city streets. Beneath the greatest empire in history, a nightmare world thrived in absolute darkness. Octopi crawled through pipes, bodies disappeared into tunnels, methane ignited. The Cloaca Maxima stretched beneath Rome like the veins of a sleeping giant. Construction began in 600 BCE under King Tarquinius Priscus, transforming a disease-ridden marsh into the foundation of an empire. Workers carved through volcanic rock, building channels wide enough to drive wagons through. The engineering defied comprehension for its era. Stone arches bore millions of tons of weight above, while rivers of waste flowed below. But Rome didn't build this monument to sanitation out of civic pride. The truth was far more desperate. Before the Cloaca Maxima, the valleys between Rome's 7 hills had become open graves where malaria and typhoid claimed thousands of lives each year. The darkness below housed inhabitants that defied belief. Rats swarmed in colonies numbering thousands, their eyes glinting in torchlight when maintenance workers descended. Venomous snakes sought refuge in the cool dampness, coiling around ancient brickwork. But the most disturbing residents came from the Tiber itself. Historical records document Octopi entering the sewer system through river outlets, their boneless bodies squeezing through impossible gaps. These creatures navigated the labyrinth with ease, occasionally emerging through private latrines in wealthy Roman homes. One account describes an octopus appearing in a senator's bathroom, its tentacles wrapping around the marble seat. The incident sparked panic among Rome's elite, who suddenly realized the sewers connected every home to the river's depths. Roman public latrines operated as social gathering spaces where citizens sat shoulder to shoulder on long stone benches, conducting business while relieving themselves. No privacy walls separated the seats. The communal sponge on a stick, called a tussorium, served as the only cleaning implement. Multiple people shared the same sponge, rinsing it in a shallow channel of running water between uses. This practice transformed latrines into breeding grounds for parasitic infections. Archaeological evidence reveals widespread intestinal parasites among all social classes. Dysentery spread rapidly through communities. The wealthy paid slaves to warm their marble toilet seats before use. But even money couldn't protect them from the bacterial nightmare lurking on every shared surface. Romans remained oblivious to the microscopic dangers, treating these facilities as normal parts of daily life. Methane accumulated in pockets throughout the sewer system, creating invisible bombs beneath Roman streets. Organic waste decomposing in the darkness released massive quantities of flammable gas that had nowhere to escape. Workers descending into the tunnels with torches triggered catastrophic explosions without warning. The blast force shattered stone archways and launched manhole covers hundreds of feet into the air. Entire street sections collapsed into the void below, swallowing carts, animals, and pedestrians in seconds. Survivors described a thunderous roar, followed by flames erupting from every sewer grate across multiple city blocks. Rome's engineering triumph had created a ticking time bomb that claimed lives randomly and without mercy throughout the empire's history. The Cloacarii occupied the lowest rung of Roman society, condemned to maintain the empire's filthiest secret. These sewer workers descended into toxic darkness armed with only crude tools and flickering torches. Survival rates remained abysmal. Most Cloacarii died before age 30 from infections, gas poisoning, or sudden explosions. The work scarred their lungs with noxious fumes and covered their bodies in chemical burns from the waste. Roman law prohibited them from entering temples or public baths. Citizens avoided them in streets, believing their presence brought contamination. Even their families faced social exile. The Cloacarii lived in segregated slums, marked by a stench that never washed away, forever branded by the empire's underground nightmare. The sewers became sanctuary for Rome's most desperate outcasts. Escaped slaves vanished into the tunnels, establishing hidden communities beyond the reach of imperial authority. Archaeological excavations have uncovered makeshift living spaces carved into sewer walls, complete with sleeping alcoves and food storage areas. These underground refugees survived on stolen goods and scraps, existing in perpetual darkness. But the tunnels also attracted murderers who exploited the perfect disposal system. Bodies, dumped into the flowing waste, disappeared without trace, carried toward the Tiber and out to sea. Roman records mention dozens of unsolved disappearances near sewer access points. The Cloacarii occasionally discovered human remains wedged in drainage grates, evidence of crimes that would never face justice in the world above. The Cloaca Maxima became a vector for death on a scale that dwarfed its engineering achievements. Contaminated groundwater seeped into drinking wells throughout the city, carrying diseases directly from the sewers into Roman households. The Antonine Plague of 165 CE killed an estimated 5 million people, with many historians linking its spread to compromised water systems. Typhoid fever erupted in waves, striking neighborhoods adjacent to major sewer lines with devastating frequency. The empire's physicians couldn't comprehend how illness traveled through water itself. They blamed bad air and divine punishment while the real killer flowed beneath their feet. Each outbreak followed the same pattern, radiating outward from sewer access points, leaving thousands of corpses in its wake. The sewers attracted those seeking fortune alongside those hiding horror. Treasure hunters descended into the tunnels with maps and determination, searching for valuables washed from homes during floods or dropped through grates by careless citizens. Gold coins, jewelry, and precious ornaments accumulated in sediment deposits where the current slowed. Some hunters grew wealthy from their underground expeditions while others vanished without trace. But far darker activities thrived in the absolute secrecy below. Roman law permitted fathers to reject newborns through exposure, and the sewers provided convenient disposal. Archaeological evidence confirms the grim reality. Infant remains discovered in excavated sewer sections reveal this practice occurred with disturbing frequency. The tunnels swallowed Rome's unwanted children along with its waste, erasing evidence of decisions made in desperation or cruelty. Roman texts reveal a disturbing truth about exotic animals vanishing into the sewers. Wealthy citizens imported crocodiles, lions, and venomous serpents as status symbols, but maintaining these creatures proved costly and dangerous. When animals grew unmanageable, owners chose the sewers over public execution. Historical accounts document crocodiles released through private sewer connections, disappearing into the labyrinth beneath the city. These apex predators found ample food in the rat populations and occasional human remains. Maintenance workers reported encounters with creatures that shouldn't exist in Roman tunnels. One account describes a Cloacarius fleeing from what he identified as a Nilotic crocodile near the Forum. Whether these animals survived long-term remains unknown, but their presence transformed routine maintenance into potential death sentences for those working below. Modern archaeological teams equipped with breathing apparatus and specialized lighting have ventured where ancient Romans feared to tread, excavating sediment layers that accumulated over 2 millennia. The discoveries paint a portrait of daily Roman life far removed from marble statues and grand forums. Thousands of coins span every era of the empire, dropped through grates or washed away during floods. Jewelry, gaming dice, and children's toys reveal moments of carelessness frozen in time. But darker findings dominate the deeper layers. Human bones appear with disturbing frequency, some showing evidence of violent trauma inconsistent with accidental death. The skeletal remains of infants cluster near residential access points, confirming the historical texts that Romans desperately wanted forgotten. Medical instruments, religious amulets, and fragments of curse tablets suggest the sewers serve purposes beyond waste removal. Thanks for watching this journey beneath ancient Rome. If this fascinated you, hit like and subscribe for more hidden histories. Share this with someone who needs to know what empires built their glory upon.